Welcome back, everybody. This is Walk It Off, Talk It Off, Alex and Randy. Today, we're going to be going over a lot of the series recaps, some stories that stuck out to us. Should be a good one. So let's get into it.
B.I.G. Who fucking with me? Oh, God. Whoa.
All right, what's happening, guys? Alex,
What's up?
how you
What's
doing,
up?
man? My brother?
I'm good, man. I'm rocking my throwback Pirates Jameson Tyone jersey. He's on the bump for the Yanks today.
Yeah, I know it's been a long week for both of us. We've been trying to get this thing up and going on on socials, get it promoted, and just been busting our asses, both of us, really. But first thing I wanted to go over real quick is I'll put them up on the screen, but we are completely on social media now.
Yes, sir.
If you guys want to follow us, we're going to be posting, clips from our episodes, highlights from games, funny clips, big clips, and just a lot coming at you. So
Yeah,
on
for sure.
Instagram, follow us at walkitoff_talkitoff. We're on Twitter at walkofftalkoff. We're also on TikTok at walkitofftalkitoff. Follow us on everything, guys. We got a lot of content coming your way. We're also on Spotify. So if you guys don't have time to watch the video, you want to listen to something on the road, check us out on Spotify. We got a lot coming. Alex, my man, how you been?
I'm good, man. I had one of my friends was telling me he was happy we were on Spotify because he can't watch it on YouTube like at work or whatever because you have to keep your phone open on YouTube. YouTube's got that whole weird thing. Somebody else told me that they didn't want to download the Anchor app, so they were glad that we're on Spotify now. So hopefully, once I figure some more things out, hopefully we can get on Apple Podcasts for those of you who, for whatever reason, refuse to download Spotify. But yeah, no, it's been good. It was a decent week. Some things, life happens, but I'm happy to be here. Happy to be chilling, talking some baseball, man.
Sure does. It's not always easy to adjust the curveball when you're looking fast, but things happen. I'm feeling great today. I worked late last night. Worked till about 7:30. I was tired. I woke up this morning. I crushed a run. Crushed a lift. I had a nice egg jalapeno omelet. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to go. I had my favorite hazelnut coffee. I know you're a big coffee guy.
Oh yeah.
Hazelnut coffee. If you guys don't like hazelnut coffee, I don't know what's wrong with you. Hazelnut coffee is the good.
I have to disagree. Not a fan. I don't know if I drank too much of it or what, but not a huge fan of hazelnut. But I'm at the point now though where I'm so addicted to it. I need to have like that bitterness. I can't really go too sweet.
I hear you. I go black coffee, no sugar, no, maybe every now and then a splash of almond milk.
Yeah.
But New England hazelnut coffee.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic. I mean, you literally don't need, if you're a big sweets person, you don't need the sugar, you don't need the milk or creamer or whatever. Like this shit has so much flavor. It is my favorite coffee. I'm definitely biased to it because I've been drinking it for the past like 6 months.
Yeah, I'm big on Green Mountain. They make some good stuff. I got the Green Mountain blueberry is pretty fire.
I'm normally a big Dunkin' guy too. I don't know if you're still rocking with Dunkin'.
Oh yeah, dude! I got the app. I get free beverages. Got one on my birthday last week. It was tough.
Ready for you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I mean, it's glad to hear you're doing good, my guy. I know we've been talking all week and we've been working, but I'm really excited to get into this episode. I think we got a lot of good stuff coming your guys' way. Yeah, I mean, if you're ready to kick it off, let's do this thing, man.
Yeah, let's you'll be covering the beginning, early week recap stuff like usual, and I'll be doing the later week. But do whatever you got to do. I just got to go grab my phone real quick, but you can kick it off, get it started. Go for it.
All right. So we're gonna start it off. Mine and Alex's Yanks. Been struggling. It's been tough, but they're starting to play a little better. So we'll get into that one. Yankees Orioles game 1. Matt Harvey on the bump. dominates the Yankees. He goes 6 innings, 3 hits, only 3 walks, 5 Ks. Yanks got to wake it up. Davey makes his season debut. Davey Garcia gets hit around a little, does all right. They get the O's get help from Cedric Mullins on a solo shot, and the Yankees end up losing that game 4-2. However, on the bump, Corey Kluber the next game, looking to bounce back. Kluber takes the mound for the Yanks. Klubot shines, striking out 5 in 6 2/3, allowing just 1 on 5 hits. Great job, Klub. He passes the ball to Loizaga in the 7th. Loizaga continues to impress this year as he fans 3 and 1 in the 3rd inning. Yankees get some help from Stanton and Judge, who both homer. Always great when those two are homering in the same game. Gio records 2 ribbies in the game as well as the Yankees take game 2 of the series 5-1, evening up the series and giving Kluber his first one as a part of the pinstripes. Again, good job, Kluber. He looked good. Hopefully he can continue on with that. We go into game 3 of the 4-game set. Domingo Germán versus Dean Kremer. In the past, the Yanks have loved facing Kremer, and that continues here as Mike Ford, the Princeton prodigy, hits his 2nd of the year to start things off. Yanks never took the foot off the pedal as Gleyber continues to terrorize the O's in his young career, driving in a run on his RBI single. Next batter, the red-hot Gio Urshela sets fire to the night with a 3-run moonshot, making it 5-0 Yanks in the 3rd. Pixie adds an RBI on a sac fly in the 5th and the 6th. And in the 6th, let's clap it up for Clint. He erases that 0 in the home run column. Sketchy defense, sketchy base running, but congrats, Clint. He gets his first of the year. Domingo Germán looked really good. He goes 7 strong, 3 hit innings, giving up none and striking out 6. Back-to-back good starts for Germán as the Yankees take game 3 of the series 7-0. Take a 2-1 lead in the series going into game 4. Jordan Montgomery on the mound. O's look to even things out in the series as they cross the plate first on Trey Mancini's RBI single trigger Trey. But Rugnetto Door again, other plans, drives in 2 on a single. Yanks hold a 2-1 lead into the 6th, where Mancini just won't let us live. Comeback player of the year, Mancini grabs his 2nd ribby on a solo shot. Darren O'Day comes in for the 8th. Not his day. Austin Hayes ropes a double, giving the O's a late lead in the bottom of the 8th, 3-2. We go down into the 9th, down to our last strike. Gleyber Torres at the plate, facing Cesar Valdez, who's been great this year. And GT hits a ground rule double. I think that really ends up hurting the Yanks as we only get 1 across, and the O's end up going into the 10th and walking it off on the Cedric Mullins sac fly. They end up splitting the series 2-2. I think Yanks could have grabbed that last game, but a couple poor management decisions by Boone, a couple mental errors by the guys, and the bats didn't look too great in the last game. But I'll take a split series there. Going into the next series, we have the Twins and the Indians. Game 1. Brent Rooker hits his first home run of his career for the Twins as he looks to give the Twins an early lead in the 2nd, putting the Twins up 1-0. They eventually tack on another one as the Twins take a quick 2-0 lead in the 4th on a Jorge Polanco sac fly. However, Eddie Rosario says, "No way, brothers," as he hurts his former team with an RBI double to cut it to 1 in the 6th. Indians weren't done. Big Franny 3-bags comes up for the plate. RBI single to tie things up in the 6th. Things got interesting late, though. The Twins take the lead in the 8th on a Luis Arias single as he tries to put the team on his back late in the game. But as the Indians come to bat in the inning, who other than Jose Ramirez steps in the box, the only guy you really want in the box in that situation in the 8th. He ties it with a solo shot in the 8th off Tyler Duffy. Tyler Duffy blows the hold as this is anyone's ball game at this point. The game goes into the 10th where Jordan Luplow turns into a hero. A 2-run shot to walk it off in Cleveland. Everyone goes nuts. Emmanuel Classic gets the win as he continues to impress. He's got a 0 ERA on the year. Plesac throws 7.2 strong, and the Indians take game 1 5-3. Indians looking to stay hot. They got Aaron Savali on the mound against Kenta Maeda. Game 2 of the interdivision rivals looks promising as the Twins get the scoring started on a Nelly Cruz triple. Whoa, Nelly. Twins take an early 2-0 lead in the 1st, but the Indians answer right back as Jose Ramirez goes yard. And from there on, Aaron Smalley looks to settle in as he does enough to give the Indians a quality outing, allowing 4 earned over 7 2/3 innings on 8 hits. Franmil Reyes continues to stay hot. He hits 2 home runs. Jose Ramirez reports 2 RBIs on 2 hits. Byron Buxton is the hottest player in baseball right now. He stays hot, 7th home run on the year, but it's nowhere near enough as Cleveland and Co. stay chippy. Put up 5 earned on Kenta Maeda and 7 total in the game to take a 7-4 victory. They go up 2-0 in the series over freezing cold Minnesota Twins. Game 3 of that series, you got the Harper, J-Hap, Logan Allen pitching. Twins come out hot. 3 home runs in the first off Logan Allen. Who's your daddy? Buck's your daddy. Byron Buxton does it again, his 8th on the year. Donaldson and Polanco go yard to combine for 4 in the first. Nelly Cruz adds an RBI double in the second. And La Tortuga, Williams Astudillo slams his way into the year to give the Twins 7 runs in just 3 short innings. But the home run parade doesn't stop as Mitch Garver adds 2 on the day. Indians get RBIs on a solo shot by ex-Met Ahmed Rosario and Yu Chang on a fielder's choice. But that's all they'll get. J-Hap looks good in his 2nd win on the season, going 7 strong. Allowing 2 earned on 4 hits as he now holds a 1.96 ERA. Way to go, Jay. Great to see him doing well. Twins bats burst as they avoid the sweep and win it 10-2 despite dropping 2. Next game we're going to get into a very good series, Rays versus A's. In Game 1, Sean Manaea versus Rich Hill. Manaea and Hill combined for 16 Ks. Rich Hill, father time, had 10 Ks against the A's, giving up 2 earned on a Sean Murphy 2-run blast in the 4th. And that'll give the A's enough to take a 2-1 lead, in which the score would remain that way as Lou Trevino locks down his 3rd save on the year. A's win it 2-1. Game 2 of that series, Frankie Montas, Michael Wacha. Michael Wacha looks to deal at home against the red-hot A's, and that's exactly what he does. Going 5 innings, giving up just 1 run on 5 hits. Rays get RBIs from Randy Arozarena, Joey Wendell, Brett Phillips, who drives them 2, including 1 on solo shot. The A's fight back as Sean Murphy goes deep for the 2nd night in a row, but the Rays' pen holds up as Jeffrey Spring gets the win. Diego Castillo closes the door with his 5th save on the year as the Rays win 4-3 to even the series at 1 apiece. Game 3 of that series, Cole Irvin and Tyler Glasnow. Glasnow continues to do his thing, pitching to him Tampa as Glasnow K's 10, A's over 7, giving up just 5 hits, walking 2. The Rays get offensive help from Mike Zunino on a solo shot and Manny Margot on a RBI single, both coming in the 5th. As Cole Irvin deals for the A's, allowing only 2 runs on 7 hits over 6 innings, but it's not enough as Glasnow and the Rays blank the A's to get a 2-0 win and take the series by command that game, 2-1. Game 4, final game of the series, Chris Bassett versus Shane McClanahan. Final game, the A's-Rays set as both teams come out swinging. Austin Meadows and Ramon Laureano record RBI doubles for their respective teams early on. El Chapo, Matt Chapman goes deep to break the tie, but Brandon Lau answers back for the Rays to tie it up at 2. Chapman adds on to his big game, adding a 9th inning RBI double to put the A's in a good spot for the win as Lou Trevino then closes the door again for his 4th save, and the A's win it 3-2 to split the series. Next series we're going to go into is the Angels and the Rangers. Game 1, 9-4 Angels. Shohei Ohtani. History is made here in Game 1. Ohtani takes the mound, leading the league in home runs for the first time since the great Bambino Babe Ruth. Ohtani Ruth gets help on a Jared Walsh RBI single in the 1st, but that's quickly erased as Nate Lau takes Ohtani way back for a 3-run blast, giving the Rangers a 3-1 lead early on. He stays hot. Rangers add another in the 1st on the David Dahl sac fly, giving them a 4-1 lead, but the Angels don't go away easy as Ohtani helps his own cause with the bat, however, adding a 2 RBI double in the 2nd. Trout knocks him in to make it a tie game. Moving forward, Upton, Pujols, and Iglesias all go deep to power past the Rangers as Ohtani gets his 1st win on them. Game 2, Jose Quintana versus Mike Foltowitz. It was all Rangers in this one as Folty shines, going 5 1/3, allowing just 1 earned on 8 hits, handing over the pen to lock it down. Nick Solak has a huge game, adding 2 ribbies on 3 hits, including a long ball. Joey Gallo terrorizes a baseball for 2 RBIs, and the Rangers get RBIs from Eli White and Charlie Culberson as they rough up Jose Quintana in the win 6-1. Game 3, Alex Cobb versus Dane Dunning. A good one out west as the Halos get it cracking early. Anthony Rendon and Jose Iglesias drive in 2 each for the Angels in the 1st, making it 4-0 early. but the Rangers would come right back, scoring 1 in the first on Nate Lau's single and 2 in the second, as Jonah Heim and Willie Calhoun pick up a pair of ribbies. And after a fast start for both teams, the offenses freeze, as the next 7 innings are scoreless for both sides. Alex Cobb gets pulled after just 2 innings, and the Angels' pen carries the load the rest of the way to secure a 4-3 win. Chris Rodriguez picks up his second win as he continues to shine out of the pen, going 3 1/3 with just 1 hit allowed, taking his ERA to 2.45 on the year. Angels take 2 of 3 in the series, and they look to climb towards the top of the West. We've got another AL matchup, Mariners versus Stros. Battle in the West as Jose Urquidy gives the Stros 6 strong, 2 earned on 5 hits. Stros get some early help from an early RBI double from Yordan Alvarez and an RBI single from Yuli Gurriel, giving the H-Town boys a 2-0 lead in the first. Mariners fight back on Kyle Lewis's first home run of the season. The Stros bats stay hot, and they tack on 3 more between the 4th and the 5th off of Justice Sheffield, ex-Yankee. Urquidy gives up a solo shot to Kyle Seager, but that's all that'll give up as he picks up his first win of the season, and the Stros take Game 1 5-2. Marco Gonzalez versus Christian Javier in Game 2. A great pitching matchup keeps the score low in the West. Christian Javier dominates, going 7 strong, giving up just 2 hits and recording 6 Ks. Javier has been impressive as his ERA on the season is now at .87 and 20.2 innings of work. He gets some help from Air Yordan. Yordan Alvarez hits a sac fly in the 4th to make it 1-0 Stros. Kyle Tucker follows him up with an RBI single to make it 2-0. That would be the only scoring on the night, as Christian Javier and Marco Gonzalez both pitched extremely well. Stros take Game 2 in the series as they now lead 2-0, looking to make a push towards the top of the West. Game 3, Justin Dunn versus Zach Greinke. Greinke and Co get things started early with an RBI knock from McCormick and an RBI knock from Straw in the second, but it turns into a Luis Torrens show for the Mariners as Torrens drives in 1 on a solo shot in the 3rd and then follows up with an RBI double in the 4th. J.P. Crawford drives him in on a double to take control of a 4-2 lead. Former Rookie of the Year Kyle Lewis is mashing baseballs again. Good for him, hitting his 2nd home run on the year to make it 5-2, but the Astros start chipping away. Correa drives in 2. Aledmys Diaz drives in 1. And Jason Castro and Jose Altuve jump in the RBI column too as the Astros explode for 4 in the 8th to take the lead. Ryan Stanek comes in to shut the door, and the Stros win at 7-5, jumping up 3-0 in the series and looking for a sweep. Game 4, Yusei Kikuchi versus Luis Garcia. I'm talking about Yusei Kikuchi as he goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 hit on a double by Carlos Correa as he goes 6+ no-hit ball, walking 2 and striking out 7 Astros. He gets insurance from Taylor Trammell's 4th last on the year, as that's all Kikuchi and the M's will need to take a 1-0 lead and avoid the sweep. All right, the next series we're moving on to is an interleague matchup between the Royals and the Pirates. Jacob Junis versus Tyler Anderson. Game 1 of this quick 2-game set starts off slow with a low-scoring affair in Pitt. Both pitchers threw well in this game, but RBI singles from Colin Moran and Wilmer Defoe are just enough offense to help Pittsburgh get a win. Tyler Anderson twirls a good one, giving up 1 run over 6 on 3 hits. He gets the no decision. Nonetheless, the Pirates secure a 2-1 victory to win Game 1 in this interleague match. Game 2. First place Royals looking to even the series here, get huge help from Jorge Soler, Hunter Dozier, and Andrew Benintendi. Soler driving in 3 as he goes 3 for 5, including 2 doubles and a single. Hunter Dozier gets his job done, going 1 for 3 with a 2-run triple early on, and Benintendi breaks it even more open with a 2 RBI double. However, the Pirates chip away, getting home runs from my guy Eric Gonzalez and Jacob Stallings, as well as a 2-run double from Todd Frazier and an RBI single from Phillip Evans. This hit parade ends in a 9-6 victory for the Royals, however, as both teams pitched poorly and the series ends split at 1 apiece. Going to another interleague matchup. It's the Nationals versus the Blue Jays. Game 1, the Young Jays have a tough task ahead as they got Mad Max in Dunedin. The Nats get 2 early home runs from Dr. Trey Turner, blasting his 5th and 6th on the year. Trent Thornton gets pulled after just 2 1/3. In comes Tommy Malone for the Jays, and he's greeted by Yadiel Hernandez, who adds a long ball to give the Nats a 3-0 lead. When things are looking promising for the Nats with Scherzer on the mound, Vladdy says and blasts a grand slam, his first of 3 home runs and 7 RBIs on the night. Scherzer gives up 5 over 5 on 8 hits, and he gets the loss. Ryan Zimmerman adds a dinger for the Nats in the 7th, but not even Mr. National can bring them back as the Jays bullpen does a job, giving up 3 earned over 7 2/3, which is more than enough to give the Jays a 9-5 win over the Nats. Game 2 of the series, Steven Matz versus Eric Fetty. Steven Matz on the bump for the Jays, dealing this year, but not today, giving up 3 early on a Ryan Zimmerman and Starlin Castro ribby singles. It wouldn't stop there as Drake and Josh check that. Josh and Josh go deep, as Josh Harrison and Josh Bell go deep, driving in 5 of the Nats' 8 runs on the night. Jays fight back late, and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Bo Bichette go deep thanks to a great start by Eric Fetty. Going 6 2-hit innings, recording 7 Ks and giving up 1 earned. The Nats are able to take a 8-2 win to split the series. Going into our final interleague matchup, we have the Red Sox and the Mets. Game 1, Sox get a fantastic start from Garrett Richards as he goes 7 strong, allowing 1 hit on 7 runs and recording 10 Ks. On the other end, David Peterson dealt for the Mets, but the Sox get help from Bobby Dahlback, who hits his first home run on the career. But it was Rafael Devers who adds a 6th-inning RBI single that gave the Sox a 2-1 edge over the Mets. And the rest is history as the pen closes the door. Sox take Game 1, 2-1 in Queens. Game 2, Jacob DeGrom game. Alex, I don't know about you, but every time DeGrom takes the mound, I get a little aroused.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
It's like watching history every time he takes the ball.
Oh yeah.
Tough tasks ahead of them facing DeGrom here. Greatest pitcher we may ever witness. However, it's Nick Pivetta on the winning side of this one. The Sox, 5 one-hit innings. The pen matches that, giving up 1 over the next 4, allowing only 2 hits to the Mets in a 1-0 shutout. Very pathetic performance from the Mets. DeGrom fans 9 over 6, making 1 mistake on a Christian Vasquez double in the second. Unfortunately, he's tagged for his 2nd L of the year, again due to poor run support by the Mets as they continue the F. Jacob DeGrom tour. All I can say is that Free Jake is trending as the Sox win at 1-0 and sweep the 2-game set. Mets have now lost 3 of DeGrom's first 5 starts, despite his extremely low ERA.
Crazy shit, man.
Tigers versus White Sox. Good matchup here in the AL Central. Jose Arena versus Lucas Giolito. Always fun watching Gio toss the rock, and I'd say Miggy agrees with us. Miggy Cabrera takes Giolito way back to get things started. However, some shaky defense by the Tigers allow the White Sox to tie it in the second. Sox take the lead in third on a Yermin Mercedes fielder's choice as both pitchers settle in over the next 4 innings. But the Tigers are hungry for more as Wilson Ramos drives in 1 on an RBI. Nico Goodrum says, "You don't gotta do it all yourself, Wilson," as he drives in Ramos and himself on a 2-run shot. Capping 4 runs off Giolito, Jonathan Scope adds insult to injury, making it a 5-2 ballgame on a solo shot in the 8th, and on comes to the Tigers' pen to shut it down as Gregory Soto picks up his 3rd save on the year. Tigers get a good start from Jose Urena, going 7 innings pitched, giving up just 1 earned on 7 hits, and the Tigers even the series up 1-0 in Chicago. Game 2, Casey Mize, the young stud, versus Carlos Rodon, coming off of his no-no. We're blessed with a fantastic pitching matchup in the first game of the doubleheader as Carlos Rodon continues his big dick energy tour, giving up just 1 earned on 2 hits through 6, striking out a career-high 12 Tigers in this one as Jonathan Scope's RBI double in the 4th is the only tarnish on this masterful day. Billy Hamilton and Leury Garcia pick up RBIs in the 6th, push across 3 on Casey Mize, as that's enough to get the win in the 7-inning contest. Mize throws a complete game 4-hit ball game in the loss, giving up 3 as the White Sox even out the series 1-1 heading into Game 2 of the doubleheader. If you want to check out stats and highlights from that game, Carlos Rodon's 12 strikeouts, career high 12, they're all posted on Instagram and TikTok, so check that out. Game 3 of that series, Matt Boyd versus Dylan Cease. Sox looking to take 2 out of 3 in the series, and they get it started early with RBIs from Leury Garcia, Nick Madrigal, and Jose Abreu as they put up 4 runs through 3 innings, 2 apiece on Boyd and Fulmer early on. White Sox bats certainly didn't go away in this one. They rallied for 7 runs in the 5th on an RBI knocks from Leury Garcia, Luis Robert, and home runs by Yohan Moncada and Yermin Mercedes. Garcia and Moncada each driving 3 this game to help the White Sox take a huge 11-0 win to take the series 2-1. Dylan Cease absolutely shined in this one, going a complete game, 7 innings, allowing no runs on only 3 hits and falling 1K shy of double digits with 9. Next series we're going to get into is an NL matchup. Good one here. Braves and Cubbies. Zach Davies versus Charlie Morton, game 1. Kyle Davies gets hit hard, giving up 5 earned in just 3.2. Braves put up 4 in the first, but the Cubbies come right back with 4 of their own on Mr. Comeback Player of the Year, Chris Bryant's grand slam. But Mr. Swanson answers with a solo shot to reclaim the lead. All tied in the 5th after Rizzo's sac fly, up to the plate steps Freddie Cougar, a.k.a. Freddie Freeman, and puts up an instant 3 runs, looking to help Charlie Morton lock up his second Braves win. However, Wilson Contreras has something to say about the 3-run lead and blasts a 456-foot 2-run shot to put the Cubbies within 1. However, into the 9th, Will Smith gets the ball and seals the deal for the Braves and seals some fantasy points for Alex's fantasy team as he locks the door. Braves go on to win 8-7, and Charlie Morton gets to win number 2 on the year despite being hit hard. Game 2 in that series, Trevor Williams versus Ian Anderson. Ian Anderson looking to prove us wrong and grab that Rookie of the Year, toss an absolute gem going 7 one-hit innings, allowing no runs, recording 8 Ks. Acuna hits a ball 481 feet, ridiculous, to get the scoring started, and the Braves get RBI from their big guns, Freeman, Albie, Swanson, Acuna, and a pinch hit ribby single by the Panda, Pablo Sandoval. Still doing it. Cubs only managed 2 hits in a poor effort, and the Braves grab game 2 as Ian Anderson gets his second win on the year, putting his ERA at 2.48 here in April. Braves win 5-0 to take a 2-0 lead in the series. Game 3, Kyle Hendricks versus Huascar Ynoa. Much like game 2 in this one, all Braves. The professor, Kyle Hendricks on the bump. It seemed like his study guide just didn't match the test. He gives up 7 runs on 11 hits and is pulled in the 3rd. Freddie Freeman picks up 3 ribbies, including 2 on an RBI double and a solo shot. Marcell Ozuna and Austin Riley each had 2-run shots. Albies had 1. Even Huascar Ynoa helps his own cause, taking Kyle Hendricks deep. Good for you, Ynoa. Guillermo Heredia joins the Riblet party with a double driving in 1, and that tallies 10 for the Braves, scoring 7 on 5 home runs. Huascar Ynoa continues to impress, striking out 9 over 5.1, going 2 for 3 at the plate as well with his solo shot. Hilarious moment at the plate with Rizzo striking out his friend Freddie Freeman. They're 2 of the most entertaining ball players out there. I look forward to more matchups between the 2 of them. This one was fun for Braves fans, though. Game 4, 9-3 Cubbies final. Cubbies get things started early as Chris Bryant delivers an RBI single in the 1st. With a man on 3rd, Bryce Wilson makes a rookie move, balking in Jason Hayward as the Cubs take a quick 2-0 lead. Cubs aren't done as they add 2 more in the 3rd on a Javi Baez single and Jay Hay RBI single. The Braves chip away, though, in the 4th, finally getting to Adbert Alzolay on an Austin Riley RBI single. This game remains all Cubbies, adding 2 more in the 5th on RBI knocks from Jason Hayward, who stays hot, and Nico Herner. Braves trying to fight back as Marcell Ozuna absolutely unloads, hits one 479 feet. My goodness. Jake Marisnick answers back and homers to add insult, and Matt Duffy hits an RBI single to make it 8-2 Cubbies. 7th inning, Acuna RBI makes it 8-3, adding 1 more in the 9th to cap their big offensive night. The Cubbies will hold on to a 9-3 win as Craig Kimbrell shuts it down, remaining at 0 ERA on the year as they avoid the sweep, getting a good outing from Alzolay. Another NL matchup here, Marlins versus Brewers. Game 1, Trevor Rogers versus Corbin Burns, looking like it's going to be a great pitching matchup. Burns looking to burn through some hitters again, gets the ball. However, he gets roughed up. However, keeping his walkless streak intact, he records 9 Ks and walks none, setting him at 49 consecutive Ks without a walk on the season. It didn't matter, though, as he gives up 4 earned in 5. Marlins bats were jumping. Corey Dickerson starts the scoring with an RBI double in the 4th. Marlins aren't done yet, though, as they tack on 4 in the 6th. Mickey Rowe, Garrett Cooper, Corey Dickerson each add RBIs. The Marlins take a 5-0 lead. Corey Dickerson adds onto his 3-hit, 3 RBI day with a solo shot in the 8th, and Garrett Cooper adds a solo shot in the 9th. Trevor Rogers continues to shine as he goes 6 strong, giving up only 6 hits, no earned, 7 Ks. Marlins pen holds it down, and they take game 1 8-0. Going into game 2, in a back-and-forth battle of NL teams, the Marlins look to make it 2 in a row as they get on the board first, as Big Jesus Aguilar starts his day off with an RBI sac fly. However, Adrian She's a Brick House Hauser helps his own cause, adding his first career home run. Tyrone Taylor follows up with one of his own for the Brew Crew as he gets his first RBI of 3 on the game as he put together 3 hits in the effort. Jesus Aguilar and John Birdie look to battle back as they both hit solo shots for the Marlins, but it's not enough as the Brewers win at 5-4. Hazard gets the win, giving up 3 over 5 2/3, and Josh Hader locks it up and throws away the key for the 5th save of the year. Brewers even up the series out one piece. Both teams looking to tie the series up here in Game 3, and the Marlins get it started first on a weird play as Zach Godley gets in the way of Isan Diaz running to first. A horrible call by the Godley was simply out of the base path. Nonetheless, interference is called and Corey Dickerson plates the first run of the day. Godley's mental error continues as Isan Diaz scores on a wild pitch, making it 2-0. Marlins in the first. Colton Wong comes to the plate for the Brewers in the third. Sends one deep for his third on the year, scoring 2 and tying the game up. But Hurricane Sandy locks in as your guy, Alex Sandy Alcantara, deals, giving the Marlins 7, giving up just 2 runs, striking out 4 and walking none. He earned W number 1 on the year, and he gets help from Big Jesus, lasting his 5th on the year, driving into Chad Wallach, adds an RBI single in the 5th and gets the score to 6-2. Nothing will change over the next 4 innings as both bullpens dealt. The young Marlins in the East take the series 2-1 and take down the Red Hot Brew Crew 6-2 in the final game. And in that series, Corbin Burns is sent to the IL, but we'll get into that later. Another good matchup here in the NL as we have the Phillies and the Cards. Zach Wheeler versus Adam Wainwright. Wheeler wheels and deals for his 2nd win on the year, going 8 one-hit innings, 9 Ks, 1 earned. Good for you, Zach. Cardinals continue to struggle as they can't collect more than 1 run on 2 hits despite a good outing by Waino. Phil's offense is led by 2 solo shots by Rhys Hoskins, giving them a slim 2-1 lead in Game 2. We go into Game 2, Eflin versus Martinez. In an AL matchup, the Phils strike first as JT Realmuto picks up an RBI and a sac fly, but the Cards say, "I'll show you mine if you show me yours," as Alex's NL MVP pick, Nolan Arenado, drives in 1 with the RBI double. Tommy Edman picks up his own 2 RBI double to make it 3-1, but Sir Didi answers in the next inning for the Phils with a RBI fielder's choice to put the Phils within 1. Phils run into a brick wall, though, as Carlos Martinez settles in and goes 7 in the 3rd, allowing only 2 hits and 1 earned in a stellar performance. Goldie takes on a 2-run double to add some insurance in the 7th, and the Cards go on to win 5-2 as Carlos Martinez picks up win number 1 on the year, and the Cards even the series out. Game 3 of that series, Vince Velasquez versus Johan Oviedo. Andrew Knapp starts things off with an RBI single in the 2nd, but the Cards immediately answer back as Tyler O'Neill put up a 2-run home run in the 2nd. Goldie follows up the next inning with a solo shot of his own for the Redbirds. Brad Miller has other plans of his own, though, as he ties it at 3 with the 2-run blast for the Phils. Kutch and Didi pick up RBIs in late innings to make it 5-3 Phils as they jump ahead in the series 2-1. The final note in this game is that Bryce Harper left early after taking a pitch to the face. Hopefully he's all right. We're recording this Saturday. This game, I believe, was Wednesday, so we'll touch more on that later. But Phils take that game and head up in the series 2-1. Game 4, final game of the series. Cards looking to split. Aaron Nola Day in St. Louis as JT Realmuto puts the Phils on the board first with an RBI double, making it 1-0. Nola deals through 4, but in the 5th, the Cards call on a fan favorite, Matt Carpenter. Pinch hit, 3-run shot off of Nola, gives the Redbirds a 3-1 lead. Phils chip away in the 7th and tie it at 3 on RBI knocks from Kutch and out Bohm. This game eventually goes into the 10th as the Cards shut it down in the top half of the inning and come to bat. With a runner on third and ex-Yankee David Hale on the bump for the Phils, things certainly get wild as the Cards walk it off on a wild pitch, scoring Tyler O'Neill as they win 4-3 to split the series. Rockies-Giants here as we focus on a matchup in the NL West. Game 1, Austin Gomber versus Anthony DeScalfani. DeScalfani looks to continue dazzling against the Rocks, and he gets help in a big way. 9 runs in the first 2 innings for the Giants as they light up Austin Gomber. Mauricio Dubon, Buster Posey, and Evan Longoria all have big games at the plate. Dubon picks up 4 RBIs, with 3 of them coming on his bases, clearing the bubble in the 2nd. Posey stays hot, picks up 4 hits and 3 ribbies as he slugs his 5th home run on the season. What year is it, Alex? Posey's been nuts, and Evan Longoria continues to stay hot with 3 RBIs on 2 hits. DeScalfani dominates, going complete game 3 hit shutout, 1 walk, 9 Ks. His ERA on the season is now 1.50 as he gets his 2nd win of the year. Giants beat the Rockies 12-0 and remain red hot. Game 2, Chichi Gonzalez versus Aaron Sanchez. Giants look to stay hot. Sanchez on the bump. But Charlie Blackmon puts the Rockies on the board first with a 2-run double. Giants chip away, adding 1 in the first on an Alex Dickerson fielder's choice and 1 in the fourth on a Jason Vossler double. Brandon Belt homers in the 5th to take the lead, but it's erased by a Dom Nunez fielder's choice. It's 3-3 after 6. We fast forward into the 9th, where we are still tied at 3, but not for long. A huge Garrett Hampson home run looks like it could very well lock the Rocks in. But Brandon Crawford, the vet, has other plans and ties it up in the bottom of the 9th as the Giants get to Daniel Bard, who blows a save. But the Rockies have their comeback player of the years back. Ryan McMahon and CJ Cron bust a game open with home runs as McMahon drives in 2 and Cron hits a solo shot. 7-4 Rocks going into the 10th. Can the Red Hot Giants come back? The answer is no. Despite RBI singles by Buster Posey, the Giants fall 7-5 and the Rocks even the series out 1-1. Bard gets his first win on the year following his second blown save. Game 3 of that series, German Marquez versus Alex Woods. Looks to be a good matchup. Final game of the series, Alex Wood lays the wood, goes 6 strong, gives up 2 on 4 hits, striking out 9 in the effort. He gets early help in the second as counterpart German Marquez walks in 2 runs, and that's fuel for Brandon Belt to drive in 2 on an RBI single. Looking like Alex Wood is going to remain scoreless, but Jonathan Diaz has other plans, driving in 1 on a single. Following him, Josh Fuentes rolls into a ground ball double play, but the Rocks push 1 across on that double play to put a stain on Wood's great outing. Mike Talkman, Sockman, in his Giants debut, grabs an RBI single. Glad to see him raking, and the Giants take a 5-2 lead. But that doesn't stop the Giants as they put up 2 more in the 7th on RBIs from Kirk Casale and Wilmer Flores. Elias Diaz attempts to chip back on an RBI double for the Rocks in the 9th, but the Giants hold it down, winning 7-3 and taking the series 2 games. Game 1 of the Reds and the Dodgers. Julio Urias looking to continue a strong start from 2021. Reds find the scoreboard first on RBIs by Eugenio Suarez and Nick Senzel in the 4th. The Dodgers answer right back in the 4th with a Gavin Lux RBI single. 2-1 ball game in the 5th, and up steps Nick Castellanos with an RBI single to make it 3-1 as the Reds look to break out of their recent slump. Dodgers answer back with Corey Seager 2-run shot in the 7th, his 4th on the year, all tied up at 3. Both teams stay still in regulation, and in the 10th, the Wink Man, Jesse Winkler, takes Kenley Jansen deep. TJ Anton gets the win, locking it down to record the final 9 outs of the game. He doesn't allow a hit. Reds win 5-3 despite being 3-7 in their last 10. Game 2, Reds got a tough task with Walker Buehler on the mound for the Dodgers. Don't blink or you'll miss the wink. Jesse Winkler, your guy, Alex, takes Walker Buehler deep to lead the game off for his 6th on the year. But Will Smith blasts a 3-run shot for the Dodgers, a 3-1 lead, to give them a 3-1 lead in the 4th. Reds chip away as Tyler Stevenson pinch hits into a fielder's choice. Who else left to tie the game up for the Reds but Jesse Winkler in .397 on the year. RBI single to tie it. Matt Beattie steps up for the Dodgers, driving in 2 on an RBI single, but the Reds would not go away. Kyle Farmer picks up an RBI single in the 7th to make it 5-4 Dodgers. And then Mr. Reliable himself, Joey Votto, changes the course of the game, driving in 2 to take the lead on a double. Reds pen locks in late, not allowing a hit from the 7th on. Sean Doolittle picks up his first save as a Red. As the Reds take the first 2 in the series. Jesse Winkler has a huge game, going 3 for 5, 2 ribbies, 2 runs scored to help the Reds win at 6-5. Final game of that series, Sonny Gray versus Clayton Kershaw. Great pitching matchup. The struggling Dodgers need to win a ball game here to get back on track, and they get a great start by Kershaw, going 7, giving up no runs on 4 hits, 8 Ks, 1 walk. He does it all, puts the team on his back. He certainly didn't do it alone, though. Dodgers bats were hot late in the game. Luke Raley gets it started on an RBI fielder's choice, and Justin Turner hits his 6th home run on the year to make it 2-0 after 3. This game, however, was deadlocked at 2-0 up until the 8th, where the Dodgers exploded for 6 runs. Chris Taylor, AJ Pollock, Matt Beattie, and Mookie Betts all driving runs. The Dodgers go up 8-0 and hold that lead to take Game 3 in the series and avoid the sweep. Reds take 2 out of 3. Padres versus D-backs, final game of the early week recaps. Game 1, we have Chris Paddock versus Merrill Kelly. Padres look to stay hot coming off a big series win against the first place Dodgers. but Merrill Kelly stands in their way, going 6 innings, giving up just 1 run on 4 hits, striking out 5 Padres in the effort. He gets help from his pen as they don't give up a single hit over the next 3. D-backs get 2 runs on a fielding error by Trent Grisham, given 2019 NL wildcard flashbacks, as they also get some timely hitting from David Peralta on an RBI single and a big 2-run blast off the bat of Carson Kelly as the Dodgers go to take Game 1 of the series 5-1. Game 2 of the series, Ryan Weathers versus Riley Smith. After dropping Game 1 of the series, the Pods look to bounce back, but it's the D-backs striking first thanks to an RBI double from Nick Ahmed and a solo shot from Wyatt Matheson. But it's all Padres from here as the bats explode for 6 in the 5th. Ha-Seong Kim drives in 2 on a single. He gets help as Josh Rojas misplays the ball and the Pods tie it up. Tatis drives in Kim with an RBI single. 2 batters later, up to the plate comes Manny Machado with bases loaded, and he drives him through with a bases clearing triple. Jake Cronenworth goes deep in the 6th to make it 7-2. The D-backs attempt to chip away as Nick Ahmed gets his 2nd RBI knock on the day. Padres come back to the dish. Ha-Seong Kim stays hot. He's not done, driving in a run on an RBI double. Will Myers adds an RBI knock as well, and Tatis follows him up with a sac fly. Padres push across 3 more in the 8th, and they get 2 more in the 9th on a Jorge Mateo's first career home run. Congratulations to him. Padres split the series, winning the final game 12-3 in this one, despite the D-backs being one of the hottest teams in the league.
Yeah, lot of stuff going on there. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of good games, a lot of cool things to talk about. I mean, we can jump right in talking about the D-backs since you finished up with the D-backs. I mean, I think they're 9-2 in their last 11 games. Coming into today, Saturday.
I mean, they're setting the world on fire. They're between Zach Gallen's domination this year and their timely hitting. They're turning it around, man. It's anyone's division in the West at this point.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the standings right now. They're 14-12, so they're in 4th place, but they're only 2 games back of first of the Giants, who are in first place at 16-10. And sticking in the NL West, going off of that, the Dodgers have lost 9 of their last 12. So you got the D-backs have won 9 of their last 11, and the Dodgers have lost 9 of their last 12. The Giants are in first place. Are the Dodgers dead, Randy? What do you think?
It's tough to say. I'm going to say no, just because, there's so much talent on that roster. I know they've played a lot of games against the Padres so far. A lot of tough series, to tell you the truth. I don't think they're dead. I just think, it's the calm before the storm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's a lack of pitching kind of thing. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff going on, but I'll touch on it in my recaps. I think what's today, Saturday. I think Thursday, Trevor Bauer threw 8 innings. They lost 1-0 or something like that. Kershaw has a win in there. Kershaw threw well against the Reds in that last game of the series there. So I don't think it's for lack of pitching. I just think that the offense is kind of slowing down. I know Max Muncy's I don't know the exact number of games, but he's within a stretch of probably 5 or 6 games or something like that. He's 0 for something, but he's got 8 or 9 walks. He doesn't have a hit, but he has almost 10 walks. His on base percentage is 500.
Yeah. I definitely think I think the Dodgers will be all right.
I think so too.
There's too much talent on that roster for them not to be.
I mean, it's May 1st right now when we're recording this. May 1st, Saturday, May 1st.
20-something games in.
Yeah. And they're still – the funny thing is that they've lost 9 of their last 12.
They're still 16-9.
And 16-11.
16-11.
16-11. They lost 9 of their last 12, and they're still 16-11. So I think they'll be good. And sticking, running off that, sticking in the NL West, we saw the Rockies, quote, mutually agreed to part ways, end quote, with GM Jeff Bridich. I don't know how mutual this was. I think it was kind of you can either step down or we're going to fire you kind of deal. I mean, the dude terrible, terrible GM job, if I'm being completely honest. The Rockies don't know what the hell they're doing. You sign Nolan to an extension. You say he's the face of the franchise. Then, like 2 years later, not even 2 years later, you trade him to the Cardinals for next to nothing, and you pay a majority of his salary. Or not, they're not paying a majority of their salary. I think they sent like 50 mil over to the Cards with Nolan. I mean, it doesn't make much sense to me. I know Coors, the Coors effect, we all talk about it, but, guys have shown that they can hit outside of Coors. Trevor Story's a stud. DJ LeMahieu, batting title last year with the Yanks. Nolan continues to do Nolan things in St. Louis. I don't know. They got to figure something out, dude. I don't know who needs to run this team or how to do it, but they got to figure something out.
And I think it's, obviously a lot of it is on British, but I also think it's partially on the ownership as well. It seems like the Rockies have not made a change in years, and they haven't been good. They haven't been winning. I know you're a former Rockies fan with your guy Nolan. So a little more about the Rockies fan base than I do, but I know Rockies fans have not been happy with their situation down there, man. It's tough, and if this mutual agreement is the start of something new, good for them, but they got to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, let me get in there. I don't care. I'll go out to Colorado. Yeah. I'll try and what you got to lose? I'll take minimum salary too.
Yeah, I mean, pitcher, I still got a couple left in the tank.
I mean, and speaking of pitching too, they got what's his face? Yerman Marquez. He's
a stud, man.
Yeah, I mean, at Coors, I think his ERA is like a full run higher, but on the road, he's got like a sub-4, like a 3.5 or something like that ERA. Like he's got good stuff. They just need to learn how to pitch in Colorado. And he's
got ace stuff, man. They don't use him the right way.
And with all the technology and stuff we have now, like in the game and everything, I mean, there's got to be ways for the coaching staff and the players and, trainers to figure out like, okay, what plays in Colorado, what works, like what's going to make us have good pitchers. And they like all the technology out there and the data and everything, like they should be able to find something and then figure out like, okay, we need guys who are going to pound the zone here. And, we need ground ball pitchers, or we need guys who, aren't going to throw that many breaking balls, because breaking balls don't break as much in Colorado because of the atmosphere, like all that stuff. So I don't know what it is, but I mean, there's definitely tools out there. I just hope whoever gets this job, makes the Rockies good again, because even though Nolan's not there, I kind of hope they trade Story to anyone, really. I just love Trevor Story. I'd love to see him, on a good team. But
yeah. And then another thing I wanted to get into, Shohei Ohtani is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unreal.
We're recording this Saturday. The guy blasted another home run last night.
Mm-hmm.
But touching on earlier in the week, this guy took the mound in a game where he was leading the league in home runs.
Yeah.
That hasn't been done since 1921.
Mm-hmm.
Since Babe Ruth did it. That's 100 years from today.
Yeah. 100 years ago.
That accomplishment alone is phenomenal. This guy is a superstar, a stud. The only thing that gets in his way is his health.
Yeah, definitely.
Able to stay healthy. He won the Rookie of the Year. My opinion should have went to Miguel Andujar, but he won the Rookie of the Year. I mean, the guy is someone you want on the field every single game. He is electric. He's fun to watch, and it seems like every game he does something big. Yeah,
I mean, and I was kind of off the wagon for a little bit. I mean, you know me, I like to hate on everything pretty much. Right. So I was like off the wagon with Shohei. He came in, he won Rookie of the Year. I didn't think he really should have. But, just the hype around him being able to pitch and hit alone is probably what got it to him. But I mean, he was hurt, Tommy John. He pitched a couple of times in 2019 before the Tommy John and did not do well. I remember he had one game against the A's in 2019 where he walked like 5 or 6 guys in one inning or something like that.
It was always his issue, man.
Yeah, and obviously he was hurt. So, that
his last outing last week, I think he had like either 6 or 8 walks in that outing.
Yeah, I mean, he
got the win, but he, you got to cut that down.
Yeah, he's definitely got to figure out the control and everything, but he also throws like he sits like 98, 99.
Right.
And it moves too. So I mean, I wouldn't be able to control that either. But I mean, he's something else. His swing is so weird to me. I don't know how he hits the ball 119, 120 miles per hour. It doesn't look like he generates that much power, but the dude just absolutely mashes baseballs.
Now, here's my question: how do you feel about him coming out of the pen? He's a guy who throws 101. For the most part, he's going to be in your lineup anyway, DHing. I don't know if they'd be able to do like a double switch situation, but
Probably.
If you had him coming out of the pen like that's a weapon, dude.
Yeah, that's the only thing with that is I feel like you have to plan for it because I don't know if he would physically be able to. Like, I don't know. I don't know how it would work if he were to like be hitting all game as the DH and then go to the pen like in the eighth inning and warm up, like when the Angels are hitting, if he's not due up or something. It'd be like when we're in high school or something, and you got to go warm up quick, but you're like up fourth that inning. So you got to quick get ready and then you got to go hit. Like, but I mean, that's not doable, I don't think. So it could be like a double switch thing, like somebody, like Jared Walsh, maybe he's sitting out that day, or Pujols is out that day. They come in, they DH for him, and then he goes into the pen. But then again, is he out of the game? I think he's out of the game if you have Pujols go in.
I think there's a lot more that goes into it than
yeah.
I think, but
I think that if he were to go into the pen, I feel like he wouldn't be able to hit. And I think all the hype around him is the fact that he is a starter and he hits. So like he can go out there in the top of the first inning, hit second, hit a home run that's 119 miles per hour, then come in the bottom half and throw, and K three guys in a row.
Right. Yeah, he I mean, despite anything, he's incredible. He's fun to watch, and it's watching him go forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he hit his either eighth or ninth on the year last night.
I think it was 8 because JD Martinez leads the league in homers now. He's got 9.
I think Buxton might be tied with him.
Yeah, he might be. Buxton either has 8 or 9, definitely.
But going forward, just like 2 or 3 more things I want to touch on bigger things that happened in those early seasons. Vladdy hits 3 home runs. I think it was off Scherzer.
He hit 2 of them off Scherzer, yeah.
He hits 3 home runs in that game, picks up 7 RBIs. Young Vladdy, you're a killer, dude.
He's a stud.
Keep it up, man. If he has the potential to have a better career than his dad.
Well, his dad never hit 3 homers in a game, so there's one thing.
There you go. But this guy has the potential to be like a generational talent.
I think he's starting to show it too. I mean, the 3 homers, and the best part about the 3 homers was like it wasn't in like slop time either. Like you touched upon it. He hit one of them was like a grand slam to give the team the lead. Then the Blue Jays like gave the lead away. Then he does it again off Scherzer. He hits another one to either tie it or something like that. Like all
Cy Young winner too.
Yeah, and like all 3 of his homers were like meaningful. Like they either like brought the team within a run or 2, tied it, or took the lead. I can't remember, but like they were all meaningful. It wasn't like they were up 12-0 in the 8th inning and he just hit one 800 feet. Yeah. Speaking of 800 feet though, Ronald Acuna Jr. That ball was crushed.
481 feet.
Yeah, that dude's he's fun to watch. He's up there with the face of baseball conversation.
I'm gonna say he's got to be top 3, top 5 players in the league. I mean,
definitely.
He's a phenom, man. He watching him play is special, man. He's a guy you look back on in like 30 years and you're like, wow, that was a different breed.
Yeah. I hope he goes 40-40 at some point.
Well, he hit one 481 in that series, and then who was it? Marcelo Zuna.
Yeah, he hit one too.
He hit one. He hit one.
I think it was around the same.
479 feet.
Yeah.
So they got some big boppers there, man.
Dude.
Absolutely mashed the baseball.
And it's good to see Ozuna doing that too. Maybe he's coming alive. He's started off real slow so far.
That could be big for the Braves, man. I mean, they've been pretty mediocre.
Yeah.
If not bad.
And that NL East isn't as good as everybody thought it was going to be through the first month. I mean, the Phillies are in first place, and I'm pretty sure they're like 12-12 or 11-11. 13 and 13 the Phillies are. So they're 500. Like, look, listen to this. The NL East, Phillies are 13 and 13. They're in first place. Braves 12 and 14, Nats 10 and 12, Mets 9 and 11, Marlins 11 and 14. The Marlins are in last place at 11 and 14. They're the only team in the NL East with a positive run differential. Their run differential is only plus 11, but the Phils minus 15, the Braves minus 10, Nats minus 21, the Mets minus 14. Like that's I hope it turns around because that was my pick to be the best division in baseball. Right now, it's the NL West because I thought the NL West, I thought the Dodgers were going to kind of run away with that, be Dodgers, Padres a little bit. But I mean, I think they're the best one out there so far.
And then there's just one more thing I want to touch on before, I let you take it away and do your thing. Because we'll get into a bunch of other stuff later.
Yeah.
This is just kind of going over a couple of the bigger points. George Springer makes his Blue Jays debut on the 28th against the Nats. He went 0 for 4, but it's good to see Springer on the field. Being a Yankees fan, there's a lot of Astros that kind of get on our nerves. Despite the whole cheating thing, I'm not even bringing that into the conversation. Just, it was never fun playing the Stros, and you had guys that always seemed to get on your nerves. George Springer was always a guy that I respected, and I loved watching him play.
Yeah, me too.
Dominated the Yankees, which it sucked watching, but you had to respect it. It was, even in the postseason especially, the guy is a menace. He's a menace in the World Series. If he stays healthy, he's easily a 30 home run, 100 RBI guy.
In the leadoff spot too.
He does it on defense. He can run, and he's just a complete player. So,
and I think, I don't want to say he's like old because he's really not, but like when athletes hit that 30-year-old mark, I think he's 30 or 31. He signed a decent deal with the Blue Jays, and I saw last night they were DHing him. So, that might not have been something that he could have done with the Astros, but since the Jays got, they got dudes in the outfield, you got Kevin Biggio can play literally everywhere. You got Teoscar Hernandez, Randall Grichuk, he's a decent fielder in center field. So you can get away with DH and Springer, especially if Rowdy Tellez isn't doing anything.
Definitely.
So.
Yeah. So, all good conversation there.
Well, first, can we talk about Bryce Harper taking a 97-mile-per-hour fastball to the face?
That was scary. That was that was very scary. It turns out he's all right. I think he posted to Instagram that night.
Yeah, he did.
The smallest little bruise on his face.
Yeah, I don't know how.
He's a warrior. I think he missed a couple games. I don't know if he's back in the lineup yet.
Yeah, I was looking for lineups for that game. I think they play later today. He wasn't in last night.
Yeah.
He wasn't in last night. They play at 6:00, so the lineups aren't out yet, but we'll see if he's in there. And then, I saw something that said Mike Schilt, like his post-game interview, the manager for the Cardinals, he said that Bryce sent Genesis Cabrera, a text message saying basically hey man, I know it wasn't on purpose, shit happens, we're all good. If you need anything, you need help, whatever, he was reach out to me. So, I used to be a Harper hater when he first came into the league for whatever reason, but we stand with Bryce. We're a Bryce Harper pod.
Bryce Harper podcast.
That alone, him doing that after he took 97 to the face from the guy, and you can see Cabrera's reaction. He did not mean to hit Bryce, let alone in the face. But that's class act by Bryce right there. And if you don't like Bryce Harper, then I don't like you. So
Bryce Harper, he's a great baseball player, great person. I know he does a lot of stuff outside of baseball too, a lot of charity work and stuff. The guy's a father. Big Bryce Harper guys here. We're super glad he's okay.
Yeah.
He bounces back and is back in the lineup sometime this week, if not this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing I thought was weird about that is Didi got hit on the very next pitch, right in the ribs. And Cabrera couldn't come out, 3-batter minimum. Okay. But Joe Girardi got ejected and both benches were warned. See, that's where I don't know if both benches should have been warned. They were clearly not intentional. And I mean, I'm the type of person, like, if it's to that point and the Phillies really take it that personally, like, you know, they can hit somebody in the ass or in the leg, like in the meat or something like that. I don't think both benches should have been warned, especially because there's no history between the two.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, and it was obvious that it wasn't intentional. So,
I mean, the one note that I can make from there is Aaron Boone, take notes on Joe Girardi.
yeah.
This is a guy who's won a World Series as a manager. I think he might have won one as a player.
Definitely won at least one with the Yankees in the 90s.
Coming out, even if it's not intentional, coming out to defend his team, barking, getting thrown out, that is something that lights a fire under your team's ass.
Yeah.
The Yankees, although they've been playing decently of late, a little better, maybe do something that'll spark them. Like,
yeah.
You know, the whole my guys are savages in a box. Look what that did. Like, I think the Yankees went on a winning streak after that, played good baseball after that. Like, you know, do something to get your guys fired up. Take notes on priority. It's great to see Joe doing that. Obviously, you never want to see anyone get ejected. As fans, it's fun to watch, but, like, you like having your coaches there. Good for you, Joe. Bryce, I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of good points there.
Speaking of lighting a fire, I have the Yankees game on the TV. Clint Frazier just dropped a routine fly ball.
Man, again?
Yeah, he's in right field today, and I
don't know why it's not on my TV.
I want to love that dude so hard, but he makes it so difficult.
Yeah, he does.
But all right, I'll touch on some of the late series games. All these series are still going on. As we just mentioned, the Yankees are playing right now in game 2. There's a couple series that have, you know, 2 games finished up. But, you know, other than that, these are still ongoing. So I'm just going to briefly talk about, you know, what's happened so far. Touch on the AL ones first, then I'll go into the NL, and then I'll hit the one interleague between the Jays and the Braves. To kick it off, you know, we got the Red Sox and the Rangers. Kyle Gibson continues to throw well as of late. In game 1, Jose Trevino goes deep to break a tie. Red Sox lose game 1. But then game 2 last night, Red Sox offense wakes up a little bit. JD Martinez, we mentioned, he goes yard, league leading ninth homer of the year. Nathan Eovaldi continues to shove. He's got like a low 3 ERA, if not below 3. Red Sox take game 2, 6-1. Last night, you know, we were just talking about the Yanks. Did their offense come alive? Maybe. I don't know. They hit 5 homers. Judge had 2, one being a grand slam. He had 5 RBI and 2 homers in 5 innings of play. You know, they were mashing, but even more so, Garrett Cole was absolutely carving dudes and, like, was not happy about it either. He looked mad when dudes were swinging the bat. Like, he's like, how dare you? Yeah. He's like, how dare you swing at my pitches? You know, like, he just always looks angry out there. So he notches his 4th start of 10-plus Ks and no walks. The first Yankee since Mike Mussina did it back in 2003. Hall of Famer, Hofer. Mike Mussina did it in 2003. The Yanks roll game 1, 10-0. They're playing right now. Jameson Taillon on the bump. And I believe Spencer Turnbull is for the Tigers as well. Astros Rays is 3-game set. Lance McCullers, I hate that dude. Absolutely hate that dude. But he absolutely shoved. 7 innings, 9 Ks, no runs. Astros offense explodes for 15 hits. My AL MVP pick, Alex Bregman, he goes yacht. To Astros take game 1, 9-2. Royals Twins played their first game yesterday. Byron Buxton, somebody we could talk about in a little bit. He flashes the leather as usual. The dude's a platinum glove winner. Continues his fight for AL MVP. Pineda gives the Twins a quality start. They beat AL Central leading Royals in game 1, score 9-1. O's A's. John Means continues to shove, dude. John Means strikes out 9. Cedric Mullins is hitting the ball. Austin Hayes is hitting the ball. They go back-to-back. O's get their first win in Oakland since 2017. Angels Mariners. You know, we talked about Shohei doing his thing, but Mike Trout, they lost last night 7-4. M's took game 1, but Mike Trout had 2 hits. The dude's hitting 425. It's May 1st. Like, relax. Okay, Mike? But Angels pitchers can't get it done. M's hit 3 bombs. Bullpen shoved. They won 7-4. Indians White Sox, this was a good one. Shane Bieber on the bumps, you know something good's going to happen when he's out there. Channeling his inner unit, inner Randy Johnson. K's 11, becoming the first person to strike out at least 8 players in 18 straight games. So that dates back to last season. He has 18 straight games with at least 8 strikeouts, breaking a tie that he had with, you guessed it, Randy Johnson. Indians won that one 5-3. Cards Pirates, my dad, Nolan Arenado, 2 ribbies, 2 doubles. You know, what else is new? Chalk it up. Tyler O'Neill stays hot, 3 hits. John Gant throws well. Cards take game 1, 7-3. Rockies D-backs, we talked about D-backs earlier, 9-2 in their last 11. Sadly, still in 4th place, but they win last night. Mets Phillies benches clear twice in that game in the same inning. We can talk a little bit more about that afterwards. But the Phillies do win 2-1. Game 2 might be something to turn into with all the hatred that's going on. So that should be a good one tonight. They play at 6 o'clock. Looks like it's Zach Wheeler, who's coming off a hot start, and Taijuan Walker. Marlins Nats. Here it is. First walk it off, talk it off, baby. Kyle Schwarber goes deep. First walk off of the show. Nats take game 1, 2-1 in 10 innings. That game was scoreless going into extras. The Marlins added 1 in the 10th, and then Schwarber hits a 2-run bomb to walk it off. Cubs Reds. Joey Votto, just the 3rd Reds player with 300 homers, and he doubled twice. Reds tag Arrieta for 7 runs in 3 1/3 innings. Reds take game 1, 8-6. Dodgers Brewers. The Dodgers woes continue. Mayor of Ding Dong City, Travis Shaw, hits a 2-run blast in game 1. Brewers secure the dub 2-1, despite Bauer going 8 strong. The Brewers also turned a crazy double play. I don't know if you saw that. Colton Wong. Yeah, Colton Wong and who's that? Urias, I think.
Urias.
Yeah, Urias. They turned some crazy double play. That was sick. So that was good. And then Milwaukee takes game 2 by a score of 3-1. You know, we talked about if the Dodgers were dead or not. We'll see how it goes. Tonight, game 3, Dustin May versus Brandon Woodruff. So that should be a good matchup. Giants Padres. Last night, Darvish goes 6 1/3, 12 punchies. Umpires finally get a late game controversial call right via replay. Darren Ruff, I think it was, for the Giants, hit a grand slam that was foul. Padres challenged. Umpires got together. A replay booth actually did what it's supposed to do, overturned it. They got it right. Game 2 today, so the Padres win that game 3-2. Game 2 today is at 8:40 tonight on the Eastern. 8:40 Eastern tonight, with a duel between DeSclafani and Blake Snell. So that should be good. And then the final series here, Braves Jays. The Braves continue to struggle. Springer got his first hit. Jays cruised to victory 13-5. They hit 4 homers. Bo Bichette hit a homer directly to a kid wearing his jersey, which was a funny story. Kid got a picture with Bo, and Bo signed a ball for him.
Game 2.
Yeah, went after the game, took a picture, signed something for him. So
stuff that makes you love baseball, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of good things going on here. You know, a lot of good matchups. I don't know what matchup are you looking forward to most this weekend? What series you want to watch?
So something I had written down. I made a post on TikTok and on Instagram about it. Red hot San Francisco Giants versus Padres. I'm gonna give that series of the week. I know the Dodgers Brewers series is another fun one that we're watching.
For sure.
The Rays Astros is another one that could have gotten that category. But I'm looking out for the Giants Padres. This game should be great. DeSclafani, like I noted before, his ERA is crazy low. Blake Snell's a stud. But yeah, Giants lose game 1 last night. It was a close game. But you know, I think they bounce back, and I think they win it tonight.
Yeah, it'll be a good matchup. I don't think that I would like to watch the Rays Astros a little more if Glasnow was going to throw, but he just missed them. So he's not throwing at all this series, which stinks, but Christian Javier does throw tomorrow.
I know the Rays won big last night.
Yeah, they did. They had 15 hits last night. They raked last night. But no, I agree with you. I think Giants Padres is a series to watch, even though that the Brewers and the Dodgers games have been close. It'd be interesting to see if Corbin Burns is back for Sunday. He's originally scheduled to throw that series finale, but I don't know. He's on the IL right now. We'll talk about that in a sec. But I agree with you. I think Giants Padres is the series to watch. And I do think that the Giants are going to turn some heads. I think they might beat up on Blake Snell tonight. I think DeSclafani is going to shove. So they might. I think they might take the series.
I think I think if the Giants pitching can hold up, they're a favorite for at least the wild card.
Definitely, they won't. I don't think they'll win the division, but they might. We might have 3 teams from the NL West make the playoffs, and it could be Dodgers winning the division, Padres, Giants.
I think that's very possible. They got Kevin Gossman and DeSclafani and Alex Wood are all. I think Logan Webb, who threw last night, has the highest ERA on their staff at like 4 something, and that's remarkable. Because, I think the Yankees' lowest ERA behind Cole is either Monty or Herman, and
that's in the 4s, I think, probably. But it's funny because I saw something that said the Yankees lead the AL in ERA at 3.09. But that's solely because, Kluber had a really good start last time out, so that helped lower his from like 7 to whatever. But it's because Garrett Cole has a sub too, and the bullpen shoves.
Yeah.
So, but
the guys over at Talking Baseball too, I saw that they posted that the Yankees were tied for the most home runs in the MLB. They hit 5 last night. Yeah,
though I think they took the lead at one point, but then the Reds hit 2. So now the Reds have the lead, I think, unless that might have changed. I don't know if anybody hit a home run after.
I'm not sure the current standings there, but I don't know. It seems like when the Yankees don't hit home runs, they don't win.
Yeah, which is dumb.
I made a post about it on our Instagram story, but like this further proves that like the muscle ball home run only is not working. Like it hasn't worked for us in the past couple years. This year we're starting off really slow with the same lineup that we've had since like 2016, 2017. Like something needs to change. Hopefully they keep winning.
And I thought one thing I noticed was, watching that Nationals game as well. I guess it depends on who you have up, but even when the O's beat the Yanks in extras, what did they do? They bunted the guy over from second to third, and then
bunting with Tyler Wade.
Yeah, but I don't know what the hell that was. Like Tyler Wade, figure out how to bunt. I know it's left on left. It's probably a lot harder than I think it is. It definitely is a lot harder than I think it is because the dude throwing, I forget his last name, but he was throwing hard too.
I think it was Tanner Scott.
Yeah, Tanner Scott. He was throwing hard too, but like just get a bunt down. But Tyler Wade's the only guy that they would do that with. The Yankees refuse to bunt. And I hate the whole excuse like, we don't like giving up outs. Well, you bunt a guy over, that's good because whoever's at the dish is either going to K, which doesn't do anything. That's not a productive out, or they're going to ground out into a double play or something like that somehow. So I think it's dumb, but
that series in itself was hard to watch.
But
Cedric Mullins is a guy that I wanted to point out. That dude's been on a tear.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah. Absolutely raking. Good for him.
Yeah.
He's been a Yankee killer. I think he has like 3 home runs on the year, and they're all against the Yankees.
Probably, but he's killing it.
Yeah. All right. Another thing I wanted to go into following your recaps. I know you have a lot to talk about. One guy that going back to some of my recaps is Byron Buxton.
Yeah.
Me and you have had this conversation. Is Bucks a top 10 player, top 5 even maybe when healthy? This year he's hitting over 400 right now. I think he was hitting like 419 when I did my recaps. He has a 1.2 OPS, and he's leading the league in home runs, or at least tied, I think, with JD Martinez, like you were saying.
He's got 8 right now, so he's second. Okay,
he's second. Still 8 home runs. The dude is a platinum glover in the outfield. 88% steal percentage in his career.
Yeah.
That's tremendous. I mean, his numbers this year, his numbers when he's healthy. I know, like, you could look him up on Player Reference, on Baseball Reference.
That's what I'm doing right now.
You'll see his stats, and you're like, I thought he was better. Like, his stats don't match his level of talent and his ability.
No, I was watching something. Trevor Plouffe, was doing a breakdown or something, or he mentioned on one of on the most recent Talking Baseball podcast, Plouffe mentioned put a side-by-side video up of Buxton from 2016 and Buxton from this year, and his entire stance is different. Like, he's kind of preloaded with more weight on the backside, not as noisy, not as much going on. Like when he was loading before, he was really really wiggling and everything like that. He's more quiet now, not a lot of noise, and he's just, I think, doing whatever he wants. They were probably telling him you're fast, hit the ball on the ground, but that's just not who he is, I guess. So, but this year, he's slashing 426, 466, and a league leading 897. His OPS is 1.363. His OPS plus is 289. For those of you who don't know, OPS plus, the league average is 100, and his is 289. So that means that he's 189 percentage points better than your average MLB hitter right now, which is crazy. Those will obviously go down as the year goes on, but I mean, this is crazy too. Him and Trout are both hitting 425 and 426 on May 1st.
Wow.
So,
yeah. So
I think healthy, and right now he's definitely a top 10 player in the game. I don't know if we include pitchers in that list. If pitchers aren't included, he might be a top 5 right now.
I'm with you. Obviously, you have the guys like Tatis, Trout, Acuna, Soto, that are at the top of the list. Like when you think of the best players in baseball, those guys obviously pop up. But I don't think you can look past Byron Buxton being at least top 10. And if you think about guys that are 5'2" and can do it all, Buxton has to come up.
I mean, you look at those of those guys that you named. I'm going to take Mike Trout out of this conversation because he doesn't count for anything. He's his own thing. So, if you look between Soto, Acuna, and Buxton, I think Buxton's the best fielder, hands down. Soto and Acuna aren't that great in the field. They're not nearly as good as Buxton. And I think he and Acuna could both be 40-40 guys.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, it's a talent you don't see every day that we get to see from Buxton.
Yeah, he's for sure. He's a stud. Another thing, Corbin Burns to the IL. We still don't know why. I'm guessing it's COVID related. Same thing with Chris Paddock in San Diego. Teams didn't announce why. They just said that they're out. So I think it's COVID related. We'll see if if Burns makes his start Sunday in the series finale against the Giants, or not the Giants, against the Dodgers. So we'll see about that. The bench is cleared twice in the Mets-Phillies game, I guess dating back to a couple of instances this year, I think, where
there going back from the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I guess a couple guys got hit. Conforto got hit. Was that against when he leaned into it with the elbow? Was that against the Phillies? No, that was the Marlins. But yeah, I guess they've been going back and forth with some hit batters. Yeah. I guess Dom Smith took exception to it in the past. He gets K'd by, I think it was
Jose Alvarado. And that I feel like the problem started when that dude came to the Phils this year. Because I think he came from the Rays. He's a dude who's, I think he's been closing games for them, or at least in a big, high leverage situations he's been coming in. But this dude is has so much emotion when he's pitching. I mean, I don't know if you saw the replay.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah.
I mean, he K's Dom Smith to either end the game or end the eighth. And this
in the inning, yeah.
This dude was so jacked up. He's yelling. And as a pitcher, I love seeing it. The batters do the bat flips. Cool. Whatever. So, you should have just as much right to get all fired up.
Yeah, definitely.
So seeing that, I think that got Dom a little angry.
Well, I saw he said after the game, he said that's not who he is. He doesn't do that stuff, but he doesn't mind it. He says that he thought it was good for the game. He thinks it's good for the game when guys do that stuff. It's just not who he is. So he's not going to do it.
Yeah. I know that he told Alvarado that he could meet him in the tunnels after tonight's game if he wants.
Yeah, I saw that. I think Alvarado started talking at at Dom Smith. He started talking at him, saying things. So I think that's why Dom got a little whatever, because I don't think he really even noticed that Alvarado was celebrating, because I think he turned around to talk to the umpire because I think he went down looking or something like that.
Well, I
But
could
then
be wrong. I think it all started with was it Michael Givens? Threw 2 pitches like really close to Reese Hoskins.
that was after. That was in the bottom half of the inning.
Okay.
That was the same inning, and that's when it cleared again. He threw. It was Castro. It wasn't Givens. I don't know the dude's first name. But he threw 2 fastballs inside at Reese, and it was like close, and then it was closer. And Reese walked and took exception to it. And I think on his way down to first base, he said something. So Castro was like following him down the first base line.
Second outbreak.
Yeah.
And just clearing happened.
Yeah. So today should be interesting. I kind of hope somebody, I hate to say it because I don't want anybody to get hurt. I don't like seeing guys get hit, but I kind of hope somebody gets hit or thrown at inside and things get crazy. Or maybe Dom Smith meets Alvarado in the tunnel or some shit. I don't know. It would be funny, but it'd be something to keep an eye on for sure.
Yeah, regardless, I think it'll be a good series to keep an eye on.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, one other thing we had here was the Roberto Alomar thing. He was terminated was it the Blue Jays or was it with the MLB offices?
I don't know if it was with MLB. I know that Manfred made a statement on it, but from what I know, he was terminated at least by the Blue Jays. He was put on the ineligible list. His banner was even removed at the Rogers Center. This was all due to a sexual misconduct allegation back in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Alomar was a great player in his time, but there's no room in baseball for this in any type of sport. Therefore, for that type of stuff. Yeah,
I'm glad that they kind of. I mean, I know it happened in 2014. I'm assuming it just kind of came to light, or they were doing an investigation and they found stuff on it. So I'm glad that Rob Manfred actually did one thing right for once and stepped in and put him on the ineligible list. So that means he's never going to be able to do anything in the MLB again. So that's good. I'm glad they removed the banner at Rogers Center. We don't have any type of room for that. Don't respect anybody, any people like that at all either. So glad he's gone.
Yeah, the Blue Jays definitely did the right thing there.
Yeah. You got anything else you want to talk about, or?
Yeah, I just wanted to go over a couple big series going forward. But before that, I wanted to say a couple things about the Yanks. As you guys all know, we're big Yankees fans here. Even though Alex has the Jameson Tyone Pirates jersey on,
this jersey's flames. I can't get rid of this thing.
We'll go over. The bats were alive last night. Judge had 5 RBIs, 2 home runs. The Yanks hit 5 home runs themselves. They looked good, but I'm just tired of the inconsistency. It seems like the only time we're playing well is when Garrett's on the mound. But hopefully, the inconsistency stops. Like I said, I would love to see Boone do something to fire these guys up. Like, it's time to get hot. I'm tired of them 2 or 3 and then dropping 2.
Yeah.
Pick a side. Going off of that, Garrett Cole is just unhittable. The guy has a 1.43 ERA in 6 starts this year. He's 4-1. He's got 62 Ks to 3 walks, 3 walk ratio on the season.
I wanted to mention, I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to say something like, Corbin Burns is incredible, 49 Ks, no walks, but Garrett Cole's got 62 Ks and 3 walks. I know Shane Bieber leads the league in Ks with like 68 or 69. But 62 Ks and 3 walks, dude, that's incredible.
Our Cy Young Garrett Cole.
Yes. Yes, sir.
12 Ks last night. He's
12 Ks in 6 innings.
Yeah, he's must-watch baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. Have to. Every time he's on the bump, it's like DeGrom. It's just not even funny anymore that the Mets keep doing DeGrom like this.
Right.
So I don't know if people have seen it, but we as a podcast are officially on the hashtag free DeGrom train. Right. I don't know who started that, but I like it and I'm on board with it. So send him somewhere else.
Another note, we said goodbye to Mike Talkman. We get lefty reliever Wandy Peralta.
Yeah, he threw last night.
Yeah, from the Giants. Talkman's been doing all right with the Giants. I think he had a RBI in Wednesday's game.
Yeah, and I saw last night, I was watching the Pods Giants game, and he was in the 2-hole playing right field. I know Yaz is hurt, so that might be why he's getting everyday playing time right now, but I hope it sticks out. I mean, I love the dude. I just wish the Yankees played him more.
Yeah, I mean, he had some good moments in the pinstripes. Very classy dude, always got his job done. He played hard. Talkman, thanks for the good memories. We wish you the best.
I believe he has yet to be caught stealing in like the last 2 or 3 years. So
the best base runner in the MLB, as John.
I mean, you could argue he's the best Mike T in baseball. I mean, I said it. Do with that what you want, folks.
And then going back to that Orioles series, runner on second rule bites us in the ass again. This is the, I believe, third game that we've lost in extras due to this rule. Not as much as it's due to the rule as us not being able to produce a run in the extras, but a lot of people have their own opinion on that.
Yeah, I mean, I hate the people that are like, oh, like you Yankees fans, you like it this time because you won an extras. Like, no, I hate it all the time.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb. It's not professional baseball. That's stuff that we did when we played with name drop NJJs.
Right.
When we played with them in high school.
It's something I grew up watching my sister playing slow pitch softball.
Yeah.
Is what you would see there.
Yeah. Or like when you have a time limit on games in travel ball, like you got to be an hour 30 drop dead or something. Right. 2 hour drop dead, whatever it is.
I think it's taken away from the game. MLB is doing all these moves to try and speed the game up and take away from the game. Just stop. I mean, there's nothing wrong with baseball.
Yeah.
I think MLB TV has like the highest ratings and views that it's had in years.
Which is cool and everything. I mean, you and I both have it, but I hate the blackout stuff.
Yeah, I do too.
Like if you pay for MLB.TV, it's to watch a specific team or to watch all the games. And like, you're a dedicated fan, you're paying the money for it, the 1 yearly payment, the annual payment. But like, why are we, and I understand it's like to get people to go to the game or to watch it on regular TV. But like, if you have MLB.TV, it's because you probably don't have cable. You don't want to pay for cable because you don't watch anything other than sports and you want to watch baseball. And if you have MLB.TV, that means you're a true fan. So you want to watch all the games you can. I think it's dumb. And I know a lot of people have have better reasons than the ones I just named about the blackout restriction stuff. So you can find that. I know Jared Carabas is always vocal about it. A lot of other podcasters are out there. So, I mean, it's just dumb. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And then I just got a couple more things here. Should Kyle Higashioka start going forward?
I don't think so. I'll just go out and say I don't think so. Not because I don't think he's good. If you're a backup catcher, you're a backup catcher. Like when Romine was with the Yanks, if he started, and he did for a while, I think at some point, like his numbers aren't going to be good. Like if you're a backup catcher, you're a backup catcher for a reason. It's because you can't play every day.
You're on that regimen of, I'm going to play one or two games this series.
Yeah, once or twice a week.
And you're getting your ABs in, and you're taking advantage of the ABs that you get. But like you said, a backup catcher is a backup catcher. It's one of the hardest roles in baseball.
Yeah, for sure. That and pinch hitting.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I just don't think I don't think if he plays every single day, I think that fans are going to be like, oh, wow, like Kyle Higashioka stinks. Like, get this guy out of here. But he doesn't stink. He's good for a backup catcher. Like, that's what his role is. That's what he is, And I'm not saying that Gary's the answer because Gary has been god-awful after a hot 2 games. But, that's just how it is. Like, backup catchers are meant to be backup catchers.
Yeah. And then I got a guy to look out for is Mike King. He just got recalled today as Darren O'Day goes to the IR.
Yep.
Watch for Mike King. Last year, his numbers weren't great. Weird season though. This year he's been phenomenal. I don't think he's given up a run this year.
Nope, not yet. I think he's thrown.
He had 2 long outings. I think he had one that was like 6 innings pitched, 2 hits or something.
I'm gonna look it up right now and check, but he has.
Yeah,
something. He had the one after I Herman had like a really bad start. Yeah. And he threw like 8 innings or 6 innings.
Yeah.
Let's see. 2021 right now. He's got 11 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs, no earns, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts, 2.8 ERA, a whip of .727. So that means he gives up less than 1 walk or hit per inning pitched. He's pretty solid, 7.4 strikeout per 9, but he's only thrown 11 innings. So do with that what you will. But 3 games, 11 innings, 9 Ks, 4 walks, like 2.8. Where's the ERA? He's got a 0 ERA. I mean, it's not even on Baseball Reference. It's just a blank area. Or ERA plus is. Where's his ERA at? Which I think it is 0. He hasn't given up a run, so I don't know why I'm worried about that. Yeah, it's 0.
So watch out for Kinger. He's up. Hopefully it gives him an opportunity to continue to shine, and he's up for good.
Yeah, dude, I hope so. I would love to have him be like our 5th starter, but I think they're just going to throw him in the bullpen.
Yeah. And then going forward, starting after this Tiger series, the Yanks have a big series against the Stros.
Luke Voigt should be coming back soon too.
Yeah, buddy, he shout out not our hometown, but very near and dear to us. The Somerset Patriots are now the affiliate for the AA Yankees.
Yes, sir.
Right down the road from us, essentially. But I saw that Luke Voigt is going to be playing in their opener on Monday.
He'll probably be there for about a week, I think. He's coming back. I think we play the Rays.
Yeah. He's going to play their first series. I think it's a 4-game series he's going to play. The first 4 games with the Somerset Patriots, and then he should be back. That should give us a huge boost.
Yeah, I think he should be. I think the plan is Tuesday, May 11th. He'll be with us in Tampa Bay. So, I mean, that kind of evens out. The fact that we're going to be in Tampa Bay is really shitty, but the fact that we get Luke Voigt back is good because the Yankees don't know how to play in Tampa Bay. It's pathetic. But yeah, so he should be back May 11th, barring any setbacks.
Yep. So look out for that. And we'll wrap it up. But before we go, I just wanted to thank everyone out there that gave us a listen. Whether it's family, friends, just acquaintances, people who followed our socials, whatnot. We got a ton of love this week. We're just gonna keep pumping out content. This, like we said in the first episode, this is a lot of fun for the both of us. 2 to 3 weeks ago, Alex texted me with this idea, and when I first saw it, I thought it was a joke. To tell you the truth, I thought, this is something. I was like, that would be fun, but I don't think it'll ever happen.
And I even thought about doing it by myself too. I was like, you know what, I might just do this on my spare time. But then I was like, I want to tell somebody about it, so I told you, and now here we are.
Yeah. So over the last 2 weeks, we've been busting our hump, and it's been a lot of fun. I love producing this stuff for us, but I also love giving the people out there that maybe don't get to watch games or maybe just like to listen. Mm-hmm. Our friends and family that just want to see us, get better and better.
Because I know I got friends who are like diehard Yankees fans, and like they follow the whole MLB and everything, but they're not as into it as like you and I are. So this can kind of give them some updates on things, or like you can see how kids are doing, or guys are, I shouldn't say kids, how guys are doing in fantasy. Like I'm in a fantasy league. I know some other people are too. One of my good friends that listens is in my league with me. So, just talking about some players that are hot and everything that might help out with that. It's been awesome.
Big thank you. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun. We're going to keep pumping them out.
Yeah. Shout out to, family members, to our close friends who have been like sharing our posts and like really hyping us up and everything like that. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thanks for all that. Yep.
So that's episode 2. Stay tuned. We look to see you guys next weekend.
And let me know in the comments or, on social media, whatever, are the Dodgers dead? Do we know? Yeah. Like, what do we think, folks? Let us know.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. See ya. Be kind. Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways.